Next up on the Hooks In MMA podcast, we're lucky to have 16-1 bantamweight with a huge fight coming up on July 31st. Raufeon, Supa Stots. How's it going today?
Pretty good, man. Just got done working out a little bit. Pretty good.
Yeah, awesome. So big fight coming up. Just wanted to talk where you grew up and what kind of hobbies you had growing up and what got you into MMA.
So I grew up in Houston, Texas. The concrete jungle. No, I grew up in Houston, Texas, in Acres Home, which is kind of one of the hoods of Acres or in Houston. And I actually grew up. It's crazy. The neighborhood I grew up in was like ghetto, but it was also kind of country. You know, it's like it's unlike anything I've ever seen kind of anywhere else. My grandpa grew us up like breaking horses. So we were breaking horses. We used to do like trail rides kind of in the neighborhood. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with a trail ride, but a bunch of people get together and they just like go on a trail and they're drinking and they're riding horses. They got music playing. It's kind of like a party, like a moving party. And they would do that through the streets of our neighborhood, you know, because we didn't, you know, it was like Section 8 housing and stuff like that, but they would like trail ride all through the hood. So yeah, that's kind of what I grew up around. So it was kind of country, kind of ghetto, but yeah, my mom moved me out of that situation into a kind of a better school district and things like that. And then that's where I found wrestling, and then I started doing wrestling. But actually, when I was like a junior in high school, I started wrestling.
Awesome. Yeah, I know I'm not familiar with trail riding, but I did propose to my wife on some horses, but there's the drinks happened after, so I definitely I want to do the trail ride, and that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Just speak to the gym you're at, the coaches and training partners you have. I think I already personally know, but just for people that are going to watch this.
Yeah, so I'm out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Duke Rufus Striking Academy or MMA Academy. They got the Pettis there, Paul Felder trained there, Gerald Mearshart, Tyron Woodley was there. They got Sergio Pettis, one of my teammates, Emmanuel Sanchez, Christian Rodriguez, Brian Bautista, Manu Pugh, Rico Talley. It's just a bunch of good guys around my size, bunch of good environment. Our coaches are Duke Rufus, world-renowned striker, Scott Cushman, my boxing fight coach, and then we got Gerald Mearshart, who's our my jiu-jitsu instructor, professor. He's also he has the record for the most submissions in UFC middleweight history. So yeah, that's kind of who I'm training under and with.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I definitely, congratulate your training partner, Sergio, on that huge win.
Yeah.
So yourself, 8-fight win streak. You just beat Josh Hill. Speak to that win, and then now you got a big challenge here coming up.
Yeah. So, it's kind of been the story of my career, except for one fight. I have like big tests in front of me all the time, and I just pass them with fine colors. I almost pass them too well to where like people feel like, I'm not like trying or whatever. But yeah, so I had a guy that was 20-3, Josh Hill. He's been in the MMA world for a while, and he's like really good. He's fought the likes of Marlon Moraes. He's like a really good fighter. Like I said, 20-3, a very good record. And he fought for the World Series fighting championship. And so the fight kind of went though. And I found this out later. I found out I knew I was going to stay rangy on him and kind of pick him from the outside. But I ended up breaking his arm and then, cutting his head. And I just kind of dominated the fight to where he couldn't get started in the fight. You know what I mean? And it's just a testament to my coaches and my training. I was able to just kind of dominate him with my technique. I wasn't able to, I didn't have to like use I didn't have to expend as much energy as people would have liked me expend to dominate like a top 10 in the Bellator ranked fighter. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. So, and then now you got after with that win, you got a big fight against Magomedov. You know, a lot of hype behind this guy. You guys both have, you know, one loss. You both have huge wins on your resume, and you know, I don't know if this is official or not, but it's got to be a number one contender fight. What do you feel about this fight coming forward? You talked about passing with flying colors, but just how do you feel going into it?
Man, I feel good, man. I feel good, you know, having a fight kind of where kind of the same thing. This guy is, you know, is touted very highly, and you know, he's got a good resume. He's got good fights. He's a good fighter. He's a great fighter. You know what I mean? It just comes down to the fact that I feel like I'm the best in the world. You know what I mean? So I'm just better, and that's just what it comes down to. You know, he's a Dagestani trained fighter. So he's trained in the mountains, you know what I mean? So he's got that grit and he's got that everything, you know, you want out of the Russian. He's got an ugly face, kind of like the Russians. You know what I mean? No, he's a really good fighter. And I'm excited to fight him because I feel like the other fighters kind of in division kind of didn't want to, they were like kind of steering clear of me. You know what I mean? They felt like to me, it felt like they knew I would beat them and I wasn't worth the risk for them. You know what I mean? They wouldn't get enough exposure from fighting me. So, or they'd lose, you know, one of the two, either them or their teammates. But Magomedov, on the other hand, is very excited to fight. Like, he feels like he's going to dominate me. He feels like I'm just a step in his run to the title. I feel like, and probably a lot of people feel like that, you know what I mean? So that's exciting to me, you know what I mean? To be on the underdog side, so I get to prove some people wrong and prove my supporters right. And it's just exciting to have somebody that wants to, that think they're gonna beat me up. Pretty much, it comes down to he think he's gonna beat me up, and I'm excited to show him otherwise.
Yeah, I can't wait for this fight. It's going to be fireworks for sure, and I think it's a good matchup for you based on his style too. So yeah, very excited for that. I'm sure you've been asked this a ton of times. You get this win, and then you get a title shot. It's your, you know, yeah. What's going to happen there?
Yeah, I know. It's like mixed. It's kind of in the back of my head right now. You know, I'm trying to focus on the
yeah, of course.
But yeah, we talked about it. You know, and if the fight has to happen, if that's the fight Bellator wants, I'm open to it. Only if it's for a title, which, you know, but I also want Sergio to hold the title for a while. You know what I mean? So it's just like a weird place to be in. And I'm just kind of trying to keep it out of mind until I gotta get there. Fair enough. That's kind of my general view of it. If it comes down to it, you know, I'll have to fight for my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like that answer. Yeah, you focus on the end of the month and see what happens from there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So do you have a family? What kind of hobbies do you have outside of the gym and training and fighting?
Man, I spend a lot of time at the gym. So most of my free time is spent like with my kids because I feel like I always feel like I need to play catch up. Just because I'm in the gym so much. So yeah, I'm just trying to like help out, you know, around the house and just spend as much time as I can with my sons.
So you have two?
So yeah,
we'll do.
Yeah, I got two sons. I just had another baby boy 7 weeks ago, May 18th.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Yeah, so most of the time we're doing that, or I'm playing Fortnite. I play Fortnite a lot. That's probably my my sick hobby.
There you go.
I like playing video games.
Awesome. Our last segment here is called Between Rounds. I'm going to rapid fire some questions for you, okay?
Okay.
Favorite food before the fight, favorite food after the fight?
Favorite food before the fight would have to be fajitas. Mexican fajitas, and then after the fight would have to be jambalaya.
Ooh, jambalaya. I love that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sport other than MMA?
Other than MMA, like I want to say it's either wrestling or boxing. Yeah.
That counts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've never been to Texas, but where's a cool spot to check out if I ever went?
Let's see. They got a bunch of stuff going on. Kima Boardwalk is pretty cool. Like, seeing it's kind of like on the port or the beach, Galveston area, kind of. It's pretty cool. It's outside of Houston, but yeah, I actually, you know, I haven't been to Houston since I was like 18. I'm almost like less familiar with know what's going on in the now. But yeah, if I was to go back, I'd probably check out the aquarium just because of the kiddos. Yeah, I'll say the aquarium. Aquarium is pretty dope.
You're not a basketball fan by any chance, are you?
I mean, I'm a bandwagoner. So whoever winning, that's who I'm on. That's who team I'm on.
This is very random. That's why you said you're up in Milwaukee, but I'm a huge Marquette basketball fan. So I thought I'd throw that out there.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite kind of music?
Probably hip hop esque. I also like country, so
I'm a
hip hop esque.
Huge country fan too. Do you have a favorite artist, country artist?
Not really. I kind of listen to them. Usually, I'm listening to it like on long trips, so I don't really listen to a.
You just enjoy
artist.
The music.
Yeah, I just enjoy the music.
And who are some of the inspirational mixed martial artists maybe throughout your career that you respect their game, respect their style?
Definitely Demetrius Johnson. He's my GOAT. I feel like he's been a big inspiration on my fighting style, and guys like Tyron Woodley and Israel Adesanya. I take a lot of inspiration from them too.
And how does July 31st finish up for you?
Oh man, I'm looking to get this guy out of there. I'm gonna try to get him out of there early. I'm gonna predict a first round finish. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to get him out of there early.
And any sponsors, shout outs, or social media to finish up?
Yeah, I would like to thank actually Fresh and Lean. I just started doing a meal. They provide me with meals for my camp, so I would like to give them a shout out for helping me out.
Awesome, and wish you luck on the 31st. Fantastic fight. I hope you get that W. We really appreciate you coming on today. Good luck in that endeavor. And Raufeon Stots, this is Hooks in MMA. Thanks so much, bro.
Thank you. No problem.
You take care. Next up on the Hooks in MMA podcast, we're really lucky to have on 9-5-2 fighter from Sweden, and his name is Sadibou C. How's it going today?
Very good. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. We appreciate it. So, you're in a big fight next weekend, and you semifinals PFL against Magomed Karamov, but coming off a nice win against Alexei Kunchenko. So just speak to how that training camp went and how that fight played out for you.
That's correct. I was very happy with that fight. To be honest, he was a tough opponent, and style-wise, I think I matched up very well against him. And I was happy to get an opponent with like a very experienced opponent, because I got to show people like a little bit more on like my growth, and after that fight, people started taking me a little bit more serious, and I believe that we're gonna continue with that trend.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same as well. A couple of my buddies hadn't seen you fight before. I told them about you, and all the skills and everything's there, right? So it's not a matter of when, it's a matter of how, and that's next week. So.
Exactly.
Just curious, where you grew up and what kind of stuff you did as a kid, and what got you into MMA.
Yeah, so I grew up in Stockholm, Sweden, and I was always like an energetic kid. Like I have 5 sisters and 1 brother, so a big family. Always like the household was always a lot of running around and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So since I can remember, I started with soccer. And like I did some basketball as well, and like I tried different things, but soccer was my main sport, right? And I was supposed to be a soccer player, like that was the dream, right? And then, like when I was 14, 15, I was gonna change teams, and I didn't know exactly what team I was gonna change to, so in that time, I tried out one session in kickboxing, and I got completely hooked.
Yeah.
After that, I forgot everything about soccer.
That's a great way for that to happen, right? You just hooked right away. That's great.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Canada and you're from Sweden, I do have to bring up, did you see the gold medal game the other day?
I missed it, but like I was shocked because like, what was Sweden the favorites or?
Yeah, they were, and
the favorites.
They had already beat the U.S. 3-0 earlier on, and I actually thought Sweden was going to beat Canada. I think we got a little lucky, but
me too.
But they, it was a great game, and the Olympics, is another way to bring different nations together. So I was glad to see that happen this year. Yeah, so just your career.
Yeah, congratulations for that one.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, just speaking to your PFL career, like this is going to be your 10th fight, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. This is going to be my 10th fight with PFL.
Yeah, so just speak to that. I mean, not a lot of people, within one organization, especially one of the best ones in the world, stick with a promotion for that long. Just speak to that's your success and and them as a promotion.
Yeah, so that's correct. Like just like you said, that it's not a lot of guys that's been here for 3 seasons. I'm one of few, and I'm a big fan of PFL. They're a big fan of me, and I'm happy because for me to be able to since 2018 have 10 fights and hopefully probably 11 fights with finals coming up in October. That's great for me. Coming into PFL with only 8 fights in MMA, right? So to be able to grow and to be able to evolve within this organization has been amazing for me.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. My dream is for you to get this win and Rory McDonald, our fellow Canadian, to get his win, and then it could be a Sweden-Canada battle again.
Yeah, man, but then we need to have a different outcome this time.
Yeah,
you took the Olympics, so I'll take that. I'll take that the next one.
It seems kind of fair to me. But speaking of getting to the final, there you got a big test coming up next weekend. How do you feel like you match up, and how do you think it ultimately plays out, kind of?
I love it. I love it because he's a former champion. He won the first year. He hasn't lost an organization, and this is gonna be an amazing opportunity for me to showcase myself. For me, for my fans, for PFL, for everybody. So I'm looking forward to it. And the matchup is good. I believe that he's a very, very good fighter, and he's good on all the. His striking is good, his wrestling is good, his grappling is good, but I think that his striking is just good enough for him to get in trouble. Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, that's amazing. So huge bout here, and then get yourself to the final would be amazing, and then we'll see what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, just outside of training and fighting, what are a couple of hobbies you have that you like to do?
I love to hang out with friends and family, right? That's a given.
Yeah.
But for me, food is a big passion of mine, and it gets even worse or even more amped up when I'm cutting weight. So, for instance, after last fight, me and my friend, we went to New York. We were fighting in Atlantic City.
Okay.
So we went to New York for a couple of days, and during the weight cut, I made a list of maybe 30 restaurants and different places that I wanted to try out. Of course, I didn't have time to go through them all, but and the same with this one. So I have a list of places I wanna after the fights, I'm gonna stay here for a couple of days and just enjoy myself, eat some good food, and just before going back to training, enjoy myself a little bit.
Yeah, I just ate dinner a little bit ago, but you're making me hungry again talking about food.
Yeah. So that's and like I love to watch other sports, not only because I love sports, but it's nice to see different athletes, and there's a lot of things that I can take from different sports and incorporate in MMA, I believe. So
what is your favorite sport to watch?
At the moment, to be honest, a part of MMA, I watch a lot of basketball. So. NBA.
Yeah, NBA. Who's your favorite team?
I'm gonna be straight with you. I'm a bandwagon. I'm a Golden State Warrior fan. I became a Golden State Warrior fan when they were at the top. I'm not even like apologetic about it.
Yeah, no.
That's just the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so
what about you?
Oh, I'm a Raptors fan, of course.
Yeah, congrats on the lucky.
Yeah, well, we'll take it because we might not get it again, but we got some good young guys, so we'll see what goes on. But yeah, just to finish up, we do a between round segment, so it'll be 1 minute, and I'll ask you a few questions, and you give me your best answer. Sound good?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talked about food, so what is your favorite kind of food to eat?
Easy. I would say pizza, burger, and steak, and some cheesecakes. Yeah. Well, those are close to my heart.
Yeah, those are pretty good. Favorite country you've gone to? Your favorite spot in the world, kind of thing that you've gone to?
Ooh, I have to say Senegal, because I have roots in Senegal, and when I went to Senegal, because I'm born and raised in Sweden, when I went to Senegal, I felt home.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Different from all over the world. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. Your favorite kind of music to listen to?
I listen a lot to reggae, Afro house, Afro beats.
Do you have a favorite TV series?
I would say Friends.
Nice. Even the new ones?
The new ones?
Yeah. Did you say Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, the new they're like a reunion thing. They got brought back or whatever.
Yeah, I saw the reunion thing.
Yeah, was it good?
There wasn't any episodes. Yeah. It wasn't like a new episode. It was just like they got together and went through different like episodes and stuff like that.
Okay, see, I didn't see that. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Your favorite fighter that you maybe looked up to as you grew up, that you kind of liked their style or emulated their style, something like that?
I was a huge Anderson Silva fan, but like if we go back, I'm gonna say Tyson and Ali and also Roy Jones Jr.
Oh, fantastic!
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and how do you think next week kind of ends up?
My fight?
Yeah.
I believe I'm gonna win. I'm gonna take the win however it comes, if it's a finish or if it's on decision. But I believe I'm gonna make a statement and make it look like people are gonna ask, is that really the champion, the former champion?
Exactly. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Any sponsor shoutouts or social media just to finish up here?
Yeah, my social media is on Facebook, both on Facebook and Instagram. It's Sadibou C, my full name and last name. And I hope I get some good sponsors after this. I guess.
Absolutely. So, huge fight next weekend. It's PFL 7, and it's on the 13th of August, going against Magomed Karamov, co-main event. And we want to wish you luck. Know you're going to get that W, and we're in your corner. And Sadibou,
appreciate that.
This is Hooks in MMA, bro.
I appreciate you guys having me on, and I'll be glad to come back after the fight, before the finals, probably maybe against your fellow Canadian.
Yes, can't wait for that. Good luck, sir, and travel safe, and get that W.
All right, you know it. Take care.
Take care. next up on the Hooks In MMA podcast, we're lucky to have a bantamweight. He's got a big fight coming up here soon. He's got a 5-1 record, and next Saturday on the 14th, we're going to see a big performance out of him. Mateo Vogel, how's it going today?
Doing great, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. So just speak to where you grew up and what got you into MMA.
Born and raised Ottawa, Ontario. Got into MMA through, well, I was always my parents had me in sports since I was a really little kid, so I've always been an athlete. But you know, I was a particularly troublesome athlete. I used to get in fights a lot, whether it was hockey, soccer, whatever I was put into. I was kind of a bit of a scrappy kid, and eventually it led to me joining the school wrestling team, and just, you know, realizing I was really good at that. You know, it had been my calling all along, and then through wrestling, maybe want to do jiu-jitsu. And then that's when I really thought, like, man, this is the best thing ever. So I joined Brazilian jiu-jitsu. The reason why, it's because I really liked the grapplers in MMA. So my favorite guys were the Gracies,
yep,
and George St. Pierre at the time.
Yeah, fantastic. And that's a good way to, you know, start out. A lot of people I talk to, you know, the wrestling base definitely helps, but just getting out of the other sports and scrapping within those games and finding something you can do, punch people in the face legally.
That's right.
That's smart.
I grew up playing hockey too. So when you play hockey, you get a taste of being rough and tough when you're a kid and growing up.
Yeah, of course. So your upcoming fight, who's in your corner, and you know, which gym are you training out of currently?
I'm my cornerman is my jiu-jitsu coach, Peter Fazekas. He's been my coach since I was about 15 years old, and him and I are the dynamic duo. We trained together out of New Era Combat Sports, also with my other head coach, Crew Jeff Harrison. He is the striking and MMA side of things.
Yeah, awesome. And has that been kind of your last few camps, or is that something from the beginning, or?
You know, actually, all three of us came up training for a different team originally, which, you know, was a very big team, a great team, and then we all kind of went our own ways, and the three of us kind of branched off and made our own thing, New Era Combat Sports.
Yeah, I like
that. They did, and I was one of their first guys, right? So I followed my coaches, and yeah, now we're here.
Yeah, I like those kind of stories. So, you know, you fought in TKO, you know, fantastic professional record. I've seen a couple of your fights. That one against Aloe, it was unfortunate because I was really looking forward to that battle. You know, was that ever going to get rebooked after that happened, or?
It was never even talked about, to be honest with you. It's an upsetting. It was upsetting memory, kind of look back on afterwards. It was a bit of a, you know, it's something that you really wish didn't happen, because it was such a great opportunity to fight that guy. But yeah, like to be honest, like I'm the kind of guy who looks forward a lot now.
Yeah,
I try not to dwell on some of the nonsense, and if anything, I can be thankful that I went through something like that, like a real learning experience like that early on in my career. Right, that was my second year doing MMA ever.
Yeah. If that's going to happen at the start, would be better. You learn from it, and then, like you said, everything else is in the driveway now. Looking up front.
That's it.
So yeah, just you know, I saw your last fight. I was actually at your last fight at BTC there, and that was a great win against a great stand-up fighter, Suri Sidi. You know, what did you take from that? And then obviously you've, you know, been on the shelf a little bit because of what's been going on. But
I fought once in between. I fought Garrett Unfield in between. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, but the fight for BTC, that went pretty well. And just how do you feel moving forward here, leading up to next week?
I feel great, man. This has been one of the best fight camps I've ever done. It's a short one, but the thing is, I live in camp. This is not, I don't train for a fight. I don't train for like a time frame. Like, yeah, I have those goals.
Yeah.
Right. I have those things. I have dates and things like that. But I'm always trained. This is for life.
Yeah.
I'm training to be the best. Right. I'm training to be the greatest. So I'm like, all year round, I'm doing the work, and then when we pick up a fight, we're just kind of like honing in on skills. As for what I learned from Siri, that was a great. It was a great test again. First time ever going the distance. It showed me to maybe take my time more, maybe be more composed, not go balls to the wall so much. I used a lot of physicality in that fight, and I think I've become a lot more mature since, because it's been a year now.
Yeah, and it sounds like we haven't chatted before, but it sounds like just your mindset's grown in that past year, and like even your answer in terms of you're not training for a fight, it's just kind of a life thing. I respect that, because I haven't heard many people say that to me. So that's a deeper way of looking at it, and I appreciate that. That's awesome.
I'm training for life. I'm training to be like my heroes when I was a kid. My heroes were UFC champions.
Yeah, and not bad people to look up to and be like, right?
They were in my head, they were the coolest guys. So yeah. This is what I strive to be. So I had that like image of perfection. I've got that ideal that I want to be. I want to be at the top of the sport. You know, I want to be the best.
Yeah.
So that's my long-term vision. And then every other goal is kind of a short-term stop.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. So I will ask you quick about next week though, on the 14th. What do you know about your opponent, and how do you think you fare?
Yeah, from what we've seen, he's an all-around MMA fighter, but mainly grappling heavy. So I say, let's fucking go. You want to go to war on the ground? You want to test my grappling? I'm all for it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
let's see it.
Otherwise, as you guys saw last time, I'm not shy to duke it out in a brawl either. So.
No, exactly. I can't wait for the fight, to be honest. So just to finish up, we do it between rounds. I'm going to rapid fire some questions for you, okay?
Right on.
Favorite food to eat during a camp, favorite cheat food after a fight?
Oh, favorite thing during camp is, some people complain about this. I like fish and sweet potato a lot. I actually like that. Like, I eat that outside of camp just because I actually like it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You have a favorite cheat?
Oh, fuck. That's a hard question. You know what? Let's say favorite cheat. I'd say like greasy meat pies, man.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Greasy meat pies, Scotch pies, things like that. That / fish and chips.
Yeah,
I guess that's just a different version of the same thing.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite sport other than MMA?
You could say jiu-jitsu, maybe.
Yeah. And then maybe do you still like hockey a bit, or?
A bit. I like soccer better though.
Okay, fair enough. Great what the women's did this past weekend too.
Yeah, man.
That was fantastic.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's making history.
Absolutely. Favorite spot in let's just go with Canada, like somewhere you've been that you just enjoyed the most.
Favorite spot in Canada, man. I gotta stay low to Ontario, but at the same time I love Nova Scotia too. So
yeah,
maybe Cape Breton or something.
Cape Breton. Cool.
I really like Nova Scotia. It's really beautiful out there.
Awesome. What's your favorite kind of music?
I go through phases, but I originally punk rock music.
And do you have a favorite TV series?
Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah, I never watched that. It was pretty good, eh?
Awesome. Recommend it 100%.
Okay.
I watch it every fight camp. Every fight camp, that's my show. It gets me just in the right mindset on fight week every time.
Awesome. And how do you think next weekend's going to end up?
My gut's feeling a finish, first or second round finish.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Any sponsor shout-outs or social media to finish up?
Oh, Vogel Contracting, my chief sponsor, been with me since my third fight, supports me every step of the way. So Vogel Contracting, Elition Wellness, fixing me up when my body's broken, and my mind coach, Mind Lock. This guy, one of the best minds I've ever spoken to in terms of sports psychology. This guy's a phenom.
Oh, wow.
So that's Mind Lock.
Cool. That sounds pretty good. legit. Yeah. So August 14th, CFFC. You're against Damon Blackshear. We can't wait to watch that. Mateo Vogel. This is Hooks and MMA. Thanks so much, bro.
My pleasure, brother. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Good luck, bro.